Parshat Beshkalach, Exodus 13:17 through 17:16. I will be reading right now from a different passage, Deuteronomy 8:3 and 10. He afflicted you and let you hunger, then he fed you with manna, which neither you nor your fathers had known, in order to make you understand that man does not live by bread alone, every word that comes from the mouth of Adonai. Then the passage goes on to talk about how wonderful Israel will be, and then Deuteronomy 10 says, "And you will eat and be full, and you will bless Adonai for the good that he has given you. Take care that you do not forget Adonai your God, and by not keeping his ordinances and ordinances that I command you today." In this Torah portion, we see God afflicting people, his own people, so that they would be able to be prepared for the promised land. In the beginning, God actually brought them and took them out of the way so that Egypt would try to target them. But then showed that it's by his might, and opened up and first blocked the Egyptians with a pillar of fire, then opened up the sea and killed the Egyptians coming down. Then we have the famous Song of the Sea, and with the Song of Moses and the Song of Miriam. Then, as it's in the wilderness, there was only this sulfur spring, so thus there's only afflicted. But then God told Moses to put a piece of wood, and the water became sweet. Then, obviously, in the wilderness, there's at least much food, so people were starved. So God brought them starving, so that God gave them a unique food, being purely from his will. Translated into English as "what is it?" In Hebrew, it's manna. Ironically, they got sick of manna and started complaining, so which God gave them up to having quail, of which a lot of them died because they couldn't handle meat in their diet, and God also with the additional judgment of God. But eventually, just became a daily schedule, by God's hand bringing the quail in. Then they run out of water again, so God brings about bringing water from the rock. And finally, they get attacked by Amalek. So God fights for them by having Moses raises his arms, so that by which Israel wins. This passage, we clearly see God bringing pain and troubles, so that he could deliver them, so that he could be worthy, so that the children of Israel could truly embrace the land of Israel, which is a beautiful land. And if you're not prepared for blessing, you fail to obey God, you fail to embrace God, bless God for doing such. It's just that, and so this is why sometimes, not all the time, sometimes God gives us pain so that we may be prepared for blessing.